What happened?
There we go. Now it started.
Oh, yay. Okay, we're live. Yay. Another Simply Jordan morning.
No
With
good, very bad morning.
and Carl Ritchie, who's fucking giving me the horns this morning. I don't understand what the fuck. He's like got an extra sleep, and so now he's all fucking feisty. How are you, Carl?
I'm good. I'm feisty. I've got my coffee.
I just got out of the shower, and I feel so. You know, when you get out of the shower, you just have that fresh feeling where you just feel like, ooh, it's like a new day and like ready to start like everything. And it took forever. Like when you texted this morning, you're like, I need a little more sleep. I'm like, I don't mind, because I was like lying in bed watching Law and Order SVU. That's like my go-to. And I was like totally into it. It's so stupid because I've seen all the episodes like 800 times, but I was like totally into the episode. And you're like, oh, what if we just push it by half hour? I'm like, push it by an hour. Push it by an hour. It's fine.
I have to get that. How long are episodes of Law and Order?
Oh my god, it's such a great show, man.
I've never seen a single episode of it at all.
That is so weird to me. So like, and the reason, okay, let me say this, because that sounds horrible for me to say. Like, that's weird. But like, okay, so I grew up with the television set, right? Like the TV's always on. Like when I come into my home, the first thing I do is turn on the television. The television like never gets turned off. And if their television isn't on and it's just silent, that would be really strange to me. I wouldn't know what to do. You haven't seen a whole lot of television. So do you never turn the television on?
Not when I get home, no. But when I grew up, I'd say it's funny because I've had younger friends than me that actually watch Law and Order, and they'll watch it religiously, or they'll watch a lot of other I was gonna say courtroom stuff, but it's not courtroom. It's
procedurals. They're called procedurals.
Procedural.
That type of television programming is called procedural.
Yes. And well, when I grew up, I'd watch Doctor Who, and I'd watch Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and I would watch reruns of British sitcoms.
Oh my god, what was your favorite British sitcom? I love. Have you ever watched Keeping Up Appearances?
Oh yes, yes.
I love High School.
Here, residence, the lady of the house speaking. Mrs. Bucket.
If you're going to do it executively.
Exactly. Oh, Adrian. Oh, he just wants £300. Do you mind giving it to him? She thinks she's the queen.
I love that show so much. I love that show.
Like the queen. She's got a whole getup. My favorite show was The Vicar of Dibley.
Oh, that's a good one too. I like The Vicar of Dibley a lot. I got introduced to that. My friend's father introduced me to that when I was in Australia. That was like his favorite show. What about Are You Being Served? Did you ever watch it?
Yeah. Captain Peacock. Well, I don't know about that. And then there's Mrs. Slocum. Mrs. Slocum.
And her pussy.
My pussy got soaking wet.
Yeah.
She's always talking about
a lot of British. You got a lot of British sitcoms. So PBS was important in your house, apparently, right?
Yeah, unlike what it is to most people now, which is cutting it. Certain people are trying to cut that stuff out. I don't think I've seen any of that stuff on in a long time. Like, I don't think, even on YouTube TV, I don't think I've watched it on there.
Well, I have BritBox. I subscribe to BritBox, which is a streaming service, and Keeping Up Appearances. And is it horrible? Like, I literally subscribe to BritBox just to watch Keeping Up Appearances. I love it so much. And then the other show that's so good. Have you ever seen not Call of Duty, Line of Duty?
Line of Duty? No, I've never seen Line of Duty.
It's a British procedural. It's like, think like Law and Order, but it's like British. And so good. And the way that I started watching was like by accident. I was like reading I think Deadline, and they were saying like whenever I read this article, this is like a couple years ago, they were like, oh, Line of Duty had the highest ratings in like maybe not necessarily the history of British television, but like had the highest ratings in like X amount of years. And I'm like, I need to check this show out. And I became obsessed with it. I became obsessed with it. You'll love whatchamacallit. I have to give you my password. You can go.
Yeah. Send
It's
that
so
over. I might still have Peter's.
it's well, you need to watch Line of Duty. And you know,
Line of
because
Duty.
there's like 5 or 6 seasons, but you know, like British shows, there's always only like 6 episodes in each season. So it's not like you have like hundreds of episodes you have to go through, you know?
Good. That makes it simple for me.
Oh, God.
Line of Duty. What else did you watch?
Line of Duty. I'm trying to think of other British shows. So Line of Duty, Absolutely Fabulous. Did you watch Absolutely Fabulous?
No, but I heard a lot about it.
You need to watch Absolutely Fabulous. Got to get on that. And then they did their movie, and it was so good. And I was reading an interview with not French, Dawn French, Jennifer Sanders, and she was saying how like they're done with it, like they're not going to do anything more. And it makes me think of the Sex and the City, because I don't know if you watch the Sex and the City, but everyone I know who watches the Sex and the City and what's it called, and Just Like That, everyone's like, this is the stupidest. It's ridiculous. It needs to stop, like, because it's just not good at all. Like nothing's happening. But you know.
You mean And Just Like That or Sex and the City?
And Just Like That, like it was such a good franchise, but And Just Like That like sucks because it's just sucks. Like nothing's
What's
happening.
going on? Nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening. It's just stupid. So it's like you're just wasting our time. But at the same time, we're talking about 25, 26, almost 30 years of investment. So it's like you can't not watch it because it's like you've been in it all this time. It's sort of like The Conners. You know, Roseanne and The Conners. Like The Conners sucks now, and this is going to be the final season, and like it's like a short season. I think there's only going to be like 7 episodes or something. But Conners became the same way, where it was like, this really isn't good, but I've been on this journey for 40 years, so it's like I can't not, because I've been watching this family. I've been invested in this group of people since 1986 or whatever year it was. So, I don't know. I did watch some really good documentaries. So, did you see the Pee Wee Herman documentary?
I saw the first few minutes of it.
Oh, you did, but you didn't. It didn't compel you to stay?
No, I never watched any of his. I saw like when he'd be doing. Oh, I don't know.
I guess that makes sense because he was kind of canceled after like 1991 or something, right?
Yeah, you put on a trench coat and you go into a movie theater. That seems pretty tame, though. Why would you get canceled for that?
But see, that's the thing that's so funny about his story. Everyone was on his side, and everyone was like, "Why are the police officers like in a dirty theater trying to, like everyone was on his side." But
like they're doing it with him.
Oh my God. But that's so funny though, because there used to be like I don't know what New York was like when you moved here, but like there used to be all kinds of dirty theater. Like when I first moved to New York, there used to be dirty theaters up and down 8th Avenue in Times Square, and there was also like a dirty live theater. I forget the name of the Broadway house, but like there used to be like a what's it called? Like a Howard Johnson's on Times Square. And then above it, there was a theater called the Gaiety Theater. And they had like male strippers, and basically like guys would be like sitting in the, doing, whatever they do. It's so funny how that used to be a thing, but now I guess you have the internet and OnlyFans. And so you
can't do that in public anymore.
You don't need, but I guess you don't need to do it in public anymore.
Yeah. Oh God! Now I'm just thinking about the Kevin Spacey documentary where he's talking about going in the theater and jerking off to Saving Private Ryan.
I
Did you
never
see
saw.
that? You gotta watch that
No.
because one of the guys he takes up there is an extra in that movie. No, he's not an extra. He's an actual Marine. And he takes him to the theater, and he just starts jerking off in front of him as D-Day's coming on.
That's hilarious. Like, so, but this is like the regular theater. This is like an AMC or like a.
No.
Or is it like a dirty theater? Is it a dirty
No, I
theater?
think it was like a regular theater. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was like an
AMC
AMC. Like he was just like, yeah, we're
in
going to the movie
3D.
theater, and then all of a sudden he's like, blah blah. I never saw that. When is the when did that come out? I never saw the Kevin Spacey documentary.
That probably came out last year, or maybe even earlier this year. And then there was also House of Hammer, which I watched a little bit about. That's also
that's the Armie Hammer one, right?
Yeah.
I did see that. I thought it was boring. I didn't finish it.
It got pretty repetitious. Like if you watch the first episode, then the next two episodes are pretty much the same thing.
And
So
that's what I also thought it was interesting because I felt like they kind of threw him under the bus in the sense that they made it seem like, he's so scandalous this, but really it was about just like how fucked up their family is. Do you know what I'm saying? It was more than just about him, is what I'm saying, and but they kind of promoted it like
this is a generational thing. That's what they call it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like a generational thing.
Yeah. I wish I was from a rich fucked up family. I'm just from a fucked up family.
Yeah, me too. Like, why can't it just be a little bit more chaotic? Why can't we have money that
exactly, like there's a part of me I wanted to put together like a class action lawsuit against the Stork, get a bunch of people and say, you dropped us off in the wrong households, and so we want to sue you for derelict of duties.
Yeah. Like I was supposed to be Whoopi Goldberg's child.
Right. Exactly. Oh my God. Speaking of which, in about half an hour, a little more than half an hour, The View is coming back on. I love The View. So that's okay. So those are the only there's certain, they say like the only certains in life are death and taxes. The only two things that I definitely do, every morning I watch The View. And then I always watch at least 2 episodes of Law and Order SVU. Those are like, that's just what's going to happen. Wendy Williams used to be in that same category, but then she disappeared, and I miss that.
Wendy Williams?
Yes. Don't act like you don't know who Wendy Williams is. If you say like, I don't know who Wendy Williams is, go Google her now. Like seriously, like we're going to have to call this live. Google her. Google it. That's
These are my credentials.
I'm disappointed in you, Carl.
Oh yeah.
She was amazing. And I used to listen to her on the radio years ago before she became a TV person. She was on the radio, and she was really ratchet on the radio. She would get into it, and she would like tell all kinds of horrible stories about people. Like she was like in on the whole Diddy thing. 20 years ago, she was talking about how messed up Diddy is and all the ratchet things that he was doing. She was amazing. She was singular.
She was with Diddy at the time.
No, she hated Diddy. He tried to get her fired, I think, or tried to get her killed. One of the two. And she also was on Bill Cosby as well. And apparently Bill Cosby tried to get her fired once as well, because she was like saying like Bill Cosby does ratchet things. And Bill Cosby, I guess, apparently, allegedly, like called the program manager of her station to try to get her fired.
Good Lord.
Crazy, right? Okay, so you didn't watch the Pee Wee Herman documentary.
Mm-hmm.
What about the SVU, Law and Order SVU, the Mariska Hargitay documentary about her mother, Jane Mansfield, My Mom Jane?
Yeah.
Did you watch it? You didn't watch it. You're so full of shit. I hate you so much.
What's it about?
It's about her mom, Jane. It literally does exactly what it says on the tin. Excuse me. And then there was the Barbara Walters documentary, but I didn't think that was all that great. Partially
No.
because you know who Barbara Walters is? If you say
Yeah.
you're gonna know
Yeah. I definitely. Yeah.
so much.
Because I remember because she was really close friends with Peter, and when she died, it was really sad. But she had dementia towards the end and had a lot of stuff. But I remember, yeah, there's a lot of. She interviewed a lot of people, and she interviewed my uncle too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you want me to show you the video there?
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. That'd be so amazing. She's so fascinating because I read her autobiography. It was called Audition. And what I was so struck by was that she literally interviewed everybody who was anybody in the like second half of the 20th century. So I need to do that same thing.
Including dictators.
Like everybody, but that's what I'm saying, everybody. Like,
and Trump. I mean,
everybody.
My mom watches that part of Trump all the time.
Like, I'm so sad because I always like was ready for my Barbara Walters interview, and like, you know, she made people cry. Like, I even had my cry ready, and alas.
Okay, should I
Share the screen.
No, she just literally interviewed every single significant person on the planet. All right, you got it?
I do. I'm gonna look away from
with the news.
You're gonna wait for what?
No, go for it.
A truer meaning than tonight, and not just new, but radically
She
new.
interviewed your uncle on the plastic surgery special.
It often don't involve any cutting at all. Today, women and men are adding, subtracting, and multiplying like never before.
I want to get
so let's take it away. Everything you want to change about yourself. Over
50% of Americans would like to have their appearance enhanced through cosmetic procedures.
Looking older than you feel? You can do something about it.
This is now a $10 billion a year business.
When you look good, you feel good.
And the come-ons are everywhere.
Transform for a more confident you.
In record numbers, we are being cut, stretched, and tucked, smooth, tapered, injected, and filled.
The catchphrase in the old days was heal with steel. The knife can do everything. Hi, nice to meet you. Okay.
New York plastic surgeon Dr. Doug Steinbeck is mapping out a plan for a facelift that will make 51-year-old Francine D'Ambrosio look 10 years younger.
I'm starting to have a little bit of drooping. I have these two bands here.
What we're trying to do with facelifts now is to limit the amount of surgery we're actually doing.
The cutting.
The cutting. And the incisions, the length of the incision.
The old-fashioned surgeries go around all the way back, come all the way in the hair.
Less cutting means shorter recovery time and fewer scars.
So this is going to be an incision that's going to hide behind the little corner of your ear.
Then along with the scalpel, Dr. Steinbeck uses a new skin tightening device to complete the facelift. The surgery will require almost 3 hours under anesthesia, and the entire procedure will cost up to $35,000.
Hello!
5 days later, Francine is ready to have her stitches removed.
Our cheek is back in position, the jawline is much sharper, and those bands in your neck are much nicer. The incision is going to be hidden nicely in the hairline where no one's ever going to see it.
I'm feeling great.
Although Dr. Steinbeck is using the latest surgical techniques, it is not possible to get many of the same results without going under the knife at all.
What?
Was Steinbeck your uncle?
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Steinbeck is your uncle?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. On your mother's side or your father's side?
My mother's side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. I want to Google him and see if we have any people in common. Yeah, let's find out.
You probably will. You probably will.
I want to get the the buccal fat removal because I have good cheekbones.
You want to look like
I think it'd be amazing. I'm gonna get the fat removal, and then I was thinking about maybe slightly doing something with it, like nothing drastic, like not like a Jackson family thing.
Are you sure you don't want Michael Jackson's nose?
He doesn't have a nose, or didn't have.
No.
Because also you can't change it too much because that affects your resonance. Your voice will change. That's part of the reason. My understanding is that Barbra Streisand never got a nose job because she has a huge nose, but it'll it changes the sound of your voice because of all of the resonance and such. But yeah, buccal fat removal and like a little don't you think it'll be amazing? I think so. Wait, so he's based in New York? Your uncle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go give a friend and family discount.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Oh my God, I got somebody to do it. Yes, I'm so excited.
Oh my God. Yeah, he'd go up there and he met them through Peter and then met Barbara through Peter, I guess is how that worked out.
Interesting. Where is his office? It was on the screen, but it like disappeared.
I think it's on 60
on the east side?
65th Street on the Upper East Side.
Okay, cool. As long as it's on the east side. I hate going to the west side.
Mm-hmm. He's on the east side on right on Park Ave.
Mm-hmm. In the 60s, so I could walk there. So
yeah, you can literally walk there from where you are right now.
Yeah, and so and I'll come out of my days and I'll just be walking down Park Avenue back home.
You can go with your bag, all dressed in black.
Yeah. Oh my God, Dr. Steinbreck, I'm calling you.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful.
If you go on there, you'll find my grandmother who did surgery on too.
If I go on where? His website?
Yeah.
Really? What did she do to his mother?
He gave her a facelift.
He gave her a face. That always freaks me out. The idea that they literally cut your face open and then pull it back and then sew it back together. That kind of freaks me out. I'm not afraid of plastic surgeries, but that kind of freaks me out a little bit. Do you think you'd ever do plastic surgery? I mean, I know you're 12 years old.
Let me show you. Actually, I got the share screen, right there.
Present. Wait, that's your grandmother?
Yeah.
Oh my God, his work is amazing.
Yeah.
So is she based in New York or does she live in Iowa? Where does your grandmother live?
She lives in an old folks home in Iowa.
Wow. And she's the best looking old folk there, I'm sure, because she has plastic surgery.
That was from 2012, I think.
Wow. But you don't think you'd ever get plastic surgery? You don't think when you're 70, you might say I want to do
I might get this done if I get
your neck, like if you get the turkey jowls or whatever, you'd get that.
Yeah. That's typically what a lot of older men will get done is they'll get that removed.
Interesting. No, I want the buccal fat.
You want to be walking around like a Kardashian.
Exactly. No, or like a Zoolander.
Yes. You want to be Blue Steel. Blue Steel. I've never watched the whole thing of Zoolander.
It's a fun movie. And I think
know. It's one of those iconic comedies of the early 2000s.
Yeah. And didn't they do I feel like they did a second one too, but I don't think I ever watched that one.
No.
But it was so of its time because the 2000s was all about that. The 2000s is what gave us Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie and the whole idea of the lollipop head. Do you ever heard the term lollipop head? So back in the early 2000s, they called them the lollipop heads. And they were famous people like Nicole Richie who were really, really skinny, but they had big heads. And so they called them lollipop heads.
So I'm thinking right now about I don't know, the commercials for Steve Madden, a big Barbie girl head or something like that.
Yeah, like the Brats. Remember the Brats?
Yeah, like a brat.
That's exactly what they were. Oh my God, I'm just still thinking about getting the buccal fat removal and thinking about like all the video content we can take leading up to it, during the surgery, after the surgery. And I'll just be like, surgeon might be like, Carl, I don't know what to do. I'm in so much pain. Give me another painkiller. You know.
Give me more I don't know what another painkiller would be. Give me more Adderall. Probably wouldn't work out very well.
Do you take Adderall for pain? Like whatever, just give it to me anyways.
God, I'm really overthinking the pain right now. Could do some morphine maybe.
Yeah, I'm upset we don't have our one viewer from yesterday. Like, where the hell did he get? Did he get something else to do?
Yeah, I gave him the day off. I said, yeah, it's all right, dude. You don't need to be here. We're just talking about people masturbating in theaters and buccal fat removal.
That happens, but that also happened. Not the buccal fat removal, but masturbating in the theater to not what's the name of the other guy? Not Eugene Levy, but the other guy who sort of looked like him, who was always also in the Christopher Guest movies. Like, did you watch the Christopher Guest movies, like Best in Show and Waiting for Guffman? And what the heck was his name? His name was... Okay, hold on. I'm going to look it up. Christopher Guest, masturbate, theater, actor. And he used to host or like narrate Antiques Roadshow. Fred Willard. Do you know Google Fred Willard. Fred Willard. That was like the last thing. He died not too long after that. And it was so horrible. Like he was busted at like a dirty movie.
Oh, yeah.
Masturbating. And that ended, I think he like hosted like Antique Roadshow and they cut it off. And then like a few months later, he died. And it's like, oh, what a horrible coda to a very amazing life and career. The moral of the story is, Carl, don't do anything in public that you don't want to be seen doing.
Too late.
And if you happen to die doing it, Carl has to come and clean up the evidence.
Wait. You're gonna... I'm looking at someone that wants to work with you right now. I'm getting sidetracked right now, but I'll be
Are you answering a text?
I'm answering a text for a collaborator for you, but I was asking my friend from Poland if she would be interested in doing it with you because she would be totally game, but it would be she had to take a flight from Poland to do a 2-hour gig with you. Because
I dated a guy from Poland. When I was in Las Vegas the first time, there was this, I went on a couple dates with this dude who is apparently like a theater director in Poland.
Yeah.
But oh my God, now I used to smoke cigarettes, but like this man just smelled like
really
tobacco factory. And like, it was like it was horrible. And I couldn't do it.
Really? Like, so what was his job? What was he doing? Was he a teacher or something or?
No, he was a director. He
director.
He was a theater director.
So he just smoked like a chimney the whole time.
And he smoked like a chimney. So just like anytime you kiss him or you come close to him, it's like it just was really like, I've never been, and it's so funny because again, I used to be a smoker, but like that was the first time in my life that I was ever like so turned off by something. Like it was foul. Like, it's just, anywho. But that's my only connection to Poland. Oh, I do have another connection to Poland. A friend of mine, her father was a Nazi survivor, and he was from Poland. He was a Holocaust survivor, and they just happened to
Nazi survivor.
It was like really random that the only reason he survived, this is when he was like a little kid, was because they just happened on the day that the Nazis marched through their town. They happened to be visiting family in another part of the country. So when they got word that the Nazis came through town, they never went back. And they just like went to, I don't know, I think maybe Switzerland or another country, and then ultimately came to the United States. Well, one year for my friend's birthday, her husband took her on a trip to Poland because she'd never been there. And they went to like a few different places, and one of the places was her father's hometown. And the people in the hometown were all like, yeah, no, we never had any Jews here. What are you talking about?
Wow.
Right? Like,
wow. That's the thing. Like after the war, nobody wanted to take the Jews back. Like they were afraid to go back because they just turned on their neighbors.
100%. It's, I mean, and then we had, that's how
no,
but
not
it's
today.
I just can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, my father's from Clarksdale, Mississippi. And I can't imagine going to Clarksdale, Mississippi and be like, oh, this is where my father's from. And they're like, well, no, there were never any Negroes here. It's like
that's hilarious.
It's wild, Carl. It's
What
wild.
Negroes do you refer to?
Right? Oh my God. All right. So what's on your agenda today?
On my agenda today, it's to do the show and then to study for my bar exam and then to go to work at 12 because we got a meeting at The View, not The View with Barbara Walters, but my job. And then
ostensibly taking your bar exam.
Yes, ostensibly bar exam, exactly. And then working from about 3 till I want to say 9:30.
Okay.
So I got my day set up right there.
Yeah.
But it's I forget what I was gonna go off of on that Poland thing. I know I'm reading a book called Man is Wolf to Man, which is about this plastic surgeon. Wasn't a plastic surgeon at the time, but his family was living in Poland, and he's a Jew, and he had fled, and he was, I think right now I'm in a section where he's just escaped and found his way into a Russian military camp and is staying there. But I know eventually he gets sent to Siberia, and he survives that living there, and then he eventually comes to the University of Iowa and starts a teaching practice right there. So he survives the
Goes from Siberia to Siberia.
Yeah, exactly. From Siberia to Siberia, just as equally as cold. Somebody said that. Wait, I think someone said it's Iowa, Siberia, the same thing, basically. There was some like performers that said that on TV.
Whoever he is, he's never been to Chicago because
clearly.
But it comes to Iowa, and then what?
Becomes a plastic surgeon, and so he becomes I think he does a lot of like rhinoplasties and so on. So survives all of that, and then essentially that goes right into what we were talking about earlier, and back to my uncle, because he was his teacher, he was his mentor.
Yeah, well, we're gonna call your uncle. Like this year, I'm getting the buccal fat removal, and I'm stumble down Park Avenue.
We should put him on the interview list.
We should. I'm totally down. Maybe I can interview him as he's doing the surgery.
Yes.
That would be amazing, right? Like, hey, Doc. So when did you get into this game? You know, like, hey, Doc. When?
Yeah. Start having amnesia. Wait, where am I?
Yes, no, totally. And then I'll probably, because like if I'm under, like I'll start asking like totally inappropriate questions because I'll be so out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
we've had conversations about him having penis enlargement surgeries too.
He's had penis enlargement surgery?
No, he's like making them happen. Like I saw his book. He's got a whole book on it.
My understanding is that doesn't really work. Like it adds like maybe like a half an inch, but it really doesn't like actually do anything That's what my understanding is of that type of surgery. I don't know what your uncles told you about it.
I think it just adds a little bit more, yeah, but also I think not a lot of what he does is corrective surgery.
Oh, like if it's like curved,
Mhm.
like bacon, or if it's a curve, or it's like a
Yeah,
Got it. That makes sense. Yowzer.
I'm all about that.
All right. Well, listen, we've been on for 35 minutes. I'm going to let you go and go on about your day. We're going to let these people, not that there's any people, go on about their day. I'm going to go on about my day, and we will see you all tomorrow morning.